What's up guys, Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 video. Today's video is going to be focusing on TU 9.1. What changes have happened in PvP with regards to the Pyro build. You guys know I like my fire starter. I've been using the chem launcher, the fire starter chem launcher for months now. I really do enjoy crispy fried agents. In PvP, there have been some certain problems with fire holster and setting agents on fire. The problem was that status effects were really strong. So in this video I wanted to not just go over fire damage but bleed damage, because that was the modifiers were supposed to be lowered so that we do less damage in PvP to enemy agents, because previously you could tick high amounts of damage for long periods of time and just kill people by purely them being on fire. So we're going to go over it today. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay of me testing it. Remember, it's all my opinion from what I've experienced. So TU 9.1, there were quite a few changes. Go look at the patch notes. I will leave a link below. I'm going to do another follow-up video after this on Negotiator's Dilemma, because there's some serious issues happening with that gear set that we need to address, and I'm going to showcase them to you guys. So this is just going to be about status effects. More importantly, Pyro Chem Launcher, which is one of the strongest skills in the game right now. It has been for months, but it seems as though people are starting to catch on to it now, which is good. But they recently apparently nerfed it this morning, which was TU 9.1. Lower the damage done by burn and bleed. So we're going to go over it and have a look. First of all, we're going to have a look-see and see stats wise if it's been changed. Then I will showcase to you guys in the dark zone and see how it has been changed, if it has been changed. Alright, so like I said, but again, I'll be using the Pyro build. This is an updated version of the Pyro build 2.0 that I put out. It's just maxed out status effect damage, so this will be perfect to test the Bleed Hive and the Chem Launcher. Remember guys, go read the full patch notes. Most of the patch notes were with regards to NPCs and PvE, so we're going to go over the main things that I know you guys, especially PvP players, will want to see. So normally guys, I hit 48k burn PvP damage with this Chem Launcher. Now let's have a look and see if that has been changed. I know the figures might be different in gameplay, not match it, but let's have a look first at the figures. So clearly you guys can see the figures are exactly the same. I do the same amount of damage, and by the way, I think it's exactly the same. It hasn't changed. Even in PvE, I went into PvE, I did some heroic missions, and it kind of felt the same. I was ticking 300 and something K a second damage, and then after the initial 600k, so it does good damage, but it's just strange because it lasts quite long. Fire damage lasts quite long, and you can still one-tap people with 1.4 million armor. I know, it's crazy. So we're going to go over, before I jump to conclusions, we're going to go over some of the gameplay that I have so we can go through this properly and analyze it. Okay, simple test. I found this guy. He's got about 1.3 million armor. He's got the fire holster on, but I decided, you know what, let's try and give him a fight. I'm on fire as well, and it didn't really do too much damage. I was on fire for quite a while, so the PvP burn duration is still pretty bad. He hasn't been stacking any kind of fire duration or skill duration. I two-shot him even after being on fire and disrupted. Over here you guys can see he's put on not really a tanky build that would one-shot him. He didn't even receive half of the burn and he was already dead. So burn damage is just as strong as it was yesterday. There's been no changes. I put the Bleed Hive on. He's taking big bleed damage. It's still the same duration. This is my Pyro build. It's doing the amount of duration that I'm used to. Through the shield, whatever. Now this is just a running test. I found this guy brought his friend. We actually stood and tested it. So Heartbeat's got 87% hazard protection. I'm still ticking 50k. He got it off quickly, but normally you would die. If he had 50% hazard, he would die. As you guys can see, 1.3. Then we go into the stats. He has got 87% hazard protection right there. Yeah, there we go. So it's ridiculous. And he still takes big damage from the bleed. And the duration is actually longer than I would expect, having all that hazard protection. That is high. Now if he had 50, he would have probably been dead just from that. It's scary. So seems the developers don't really care right now about PvP because the changes have not changed anything. So Pyro build's still just as strong. Bleed Hives are just as strong. Sorry guys, the fire holster will be prominent. What can we do? So hopefully you enjoyed this quick little demonstration video. There's going to be a few coming up, especially on Negotiators, so I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, agents.